So, I wanted to try and learn a fighting game. How hard could it be? I heard that Riot Games is coming out with a new fighting game, and it was going to be a traditional fighter. So I did what any other Riot Games show would do and learn the closest thing to be good at it when it comes out. During the Steam winter sale, SkullGirls was on sale, and 3 of my other friends had it already. I thought, why not? It had really nice looking artwork. The music was pretty good, and I heard it had good netcode. Knowing absolutely nothing about the game, I jumped into the in-game tutorials. It was a lot of information to take in, because I've never touched a fighting game before. And when I mean never, yeah, I meant never. And during one of the tutorials, I realized something. It was in the outtake tutorial that I couldn't quite put in some of the commands together. Just some of the inputs just weren't going through. So I looked down at my keyboard, and it's this 10-year-old keyboard. And I was like, there's no way it's all Reliable's fault, right? So I tested key overlay, and some of the keys couldn't overlap. No big deal. I could just precisely drop the direction keys right before I hit the outtake command, and it was good. No problem. We'll just keep going. Going through the tutorials, pretty easy. Defending mix-ups, easy. Recovery and block stun, piece of cake. Poking, no problem. High and low mix-ups, low effort needed. And then we got to throws. People can't block throws. Makes sense, okay. And then they said throw backwards. I had to hold A, hit U, J at the same time. And remember my key overlay? Yeah, didn't quite allow those inputs to go together. Goodbye, fighting game career. Evo 2021 trophy. With my new mechanical keyboard, I was able to unlock the ability to throw backwards. And with this, I kept going through the tutorials, and then I got to chapter 4, and it was too hard. I decided this was a good time to check out the characters. I went into training mode, tested out a couple of the characters' controls, and I would show footage of this, but I accidentally left a window of me Googling how to input a Z covering my gameplay. I decided to main double or Valentine, but I think that it would be easier for me to learn the game if I just used a solo character. And from what I've seen, that it was a completely viable option in high competitive play to also just main one character. So I just went with the solo team for now. On day 3, I decided on maining Valentine. because of her cool aerial movement. I heard she had the best aerial movement in the game and thought that was pretty cool. For fun, I decided to stream playing the game. This stream, I familiarized myself with Valentine's controls and did some more tutorials. To my surprise, people actually came to watch some idiot fumble with his inputs. And they were pretty helpful, actually. For instance, I didn't understand that holding forward would change the input of a standing attack, because I just assumed they were both standing and they were the same thing.
Make sure you aren't pressing forward when you do white punch, by the way. Oh, does that really affect it?
Yeah. Never touched a fight. This was actually my problem with Chapter 4, Lesson 1, so I went back and finished it. Later that day, I decided to play some matches with my friend that's also learning SkullGirls, but he's played fighting games before, so he could at least input the controls he wanted. So this is how most of the games ended up. But every now and then, I'd be able to actually input my moves while he was still learning his character. It was just a 2-person lobby, and I lost over 100 matches. On day 4, I decided I wanted to learn some basic strings just so that in my matches, I would have a few hit confirmations into my blockbuster moves. I made up a very basic string that I could pull off myself that comboed into EKG Flatliner, because looking on YouTube, there is nothing. There's nothing for beginners. I look up beginner combos and there's a 50 hit combo. Bro, I can't even input dead cross when I want. Luckily, people that helped me before came back and pointed me in the right direction. They showed me the SkullGirls wiki, which is a really good resource to learn. I decided to learn the basic beginner combo on the wiki, and this brings me to my next point. Notation. Coming into fighting games, I didn't realize that I was going to have to learn another language. I understand that many of you have probably came from other fighting games before, but make it easy for beginners to learn so it wouldn't be so intimidating for other people to learn. It's just another barrier of entry that prevents people from playing fighting games. And to talk about the SkullGirls Discord for a moment, they're really nice and welcoming. They'll answer your questions and help you out with whatever you need. I asked if there was a video of the beginner combo being done, and someone recorded themselves doing it and sent it to me. Let me make this clear. It's not hard to learn how to read notation, but it's just another barrier of entry preventing beginners from learning and enjoying the game. I just feel like if notation didn't look like this and a little bit more like this, it would make it a lot easier for beginners to learn. So make it stupid easy for beginners like me to learn. Over the week of playing SkullGirls, I've really been loving it. I've sunk just about 30 hours into it and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I find myself grinding hours trying to get combos to connect, and it's really fun even if I'm not playing actual matches. I'll say about 90% of the time I can input my controls when I want and the moves I want. Whether it connects is a different story. And to all my beginners out there or people that want to start learning the game, here are my tips for starting out. Do the in-game tutorial. They're a good way to learn the game, and even if you can't finish the lessons, you should at least go through them because I think they hold valuable information that every player should know. Pick a main. Solo is probably going to be easiest starting out, but if you want to learn assist combos, go for it. Do whatever you think is fun. Duo, trio team, they're all viable. Join the SkullGirls Discord. There's even a beginner chat that you can find other beginners to play with or ask your question of why your combo isn't connecting. Lastly, just have fun with it. Don't go in expecting to be good. You're gonna misinput your blockbuster, waste your meter, and it's okay. Just have a good laugh, enjoy it. The game's really fun. Sometimes I stream on Twitch. You can ask me questions there. Granted, I probably won't know the answer to them, but I'm down to get wrecked in some matches if you want.